It is the 2020 Triple Crown Volleyball NIT, the first of 3 televised championship matches today from downtown Kansas City. We started off with the 14s, followed by the 18U match and the 16Us. But in the 14U, it is Team Dynasty, winner a year ago in the 13s. In fact, they have 5 new players, the rest returners from right across the river in Kansas. They'll be going up against A5 out of Atlanta. And for A5, coming off 4 straight wins to get here, they defeated the Capitanes out of Puerto Rico 15-9 in set 3 to advance to this championship game. While Team Dynasty also had to win a 3rd set, 15-11 over Rockstar to advance. In fact, 3 wins yesterday for both of these teams to get to this point, to the championship game. Team Dynasty out of Kansas City, Kansas, and A5 out of Atlanta. 3 victories yesterday for Dynasty, 2-0, 2-0, and then 2-1 before winning 2-1 today over Rockstar to advance. And for Team Dynasty as well, 3 wins yesterday, 2-1, 2-0, 2-1 before winning 2-1 against Capitanes, the Puerto Rican team on this court about an hour and a half ago to advance to the championship of this 14U TC Volleyball NIT. A5 in the darker uniforms to your right, Team Dynasty in the blue and black uniforms to your left. So serving first will be Bryn Chestnut for A5, serving to Team Dynasty. We're underway in the 14U championship. And that one will end up in the Tiki Hut. The point goes to A5. So a good beginning for Dynasty. And again, they had the benefit of playing on this court earlier today in the semifinals to advance. So Chestnut, 5'10" outside hitter, serving again. This one handled by Dynasty, and a big swing put down for a point. Misik Pekka evens things up at a point apiece. 5'6" outside hitter for Team Dynasty. And back to serve now is Emma Christian. That one will end up in the seat, so an ace and a couple of points in a row for Team Dynasty. Christian out of Liberty North High School. Most of the players on this squad from that same school. And a chance for A5 to return. That swing dug out, but then hammered down by Grace Agoli. She may have been in the net, and in fact she was, so a celebration for A5, but it ends up as a point for Team Dynasty. So 3 in a row, a 3-1 run. And Christian serving again. Agoli gets another swing, hits some hands, and played back by Team Dynasty. Pretty good effort to play that one up by Cedarburg, and Agoli has to send one over and put one down, and that ends the 3-0 run by Dynasty. So back to serve for A5 will be Logan Wiley, 6'1" middle blocker. Sends one right into the net. So a service error and a free point for Dynasty and a 4-2 early lead. Claire Jones at a Blue Valley High School, set to serve for Dynasty. And a swing sent back. Agoli had the big effort, but blocked at the net by Dynasty. So up to an early 3-point lead here in our first set of this 14U championship match. So Jones serving again. Agoli got some hands, and it'll drop. And the kill and the point go to A5. Just underway, first the 14U, then this 18U championship match a little bit after noon, followed by the 16Us to follow. So back to serve now for A5 is Isa Boyd, the 5'6" setter. A5 serving, trailing by 2 in this first set. And that one was long, and another service there for A5 and a point to Dynasty. Ryan McAleer serving. And a chance for a big swing here from Gracie Rose. Dug up by Dynasty, and another chance for them to have a better swing. And Charlie Cisneros was long, and the point goes to A5. Grace Agoldi has had some swings in the front row. We'll be back to serve for the team out of Atlanta. Good serve handled by Dynasty. Chance for a swing by Mullen. Played back. A block at the net by Dynasty. Chestnut unable to save, and the rally results in a point for Team Dynasty. So A5 scored the first point of this match, 3 in a row by Dynasty. They've not trailed since. There's the coach Levi Gibson. His team again a year ago was the 13U champion, with 5 new players added to this year's roster. Martin serving. Chestnut with a chance with a big swing, and she'll power one down for the kill. So Bryn Chestnut, the outside hitter, able to pound one down, and now Gabby Cornier, the libero, serving for A5, using about all the real estate she can at the back edge of that court. And a block at the net by A5 has Dynasty trying again. That swing will drop. Carly Cisneros able to get one through the block and down for the point. And Cisneros, also out of Liberty North High School. Into the 2024 class serving, and that one skipped right by the net. Rose tries to play one over and does. And a chance for another swing from Dynasty, and they get another point. So all of a sudden it's up to a 4-point lead, a couple of points in a row for Dynasty. Misa Pica able to contribute during that stretch, and Cisneros continues to serve for the Dynasty squad. So Chestnut tries to roll one over and able to get one off the hands of Miller and down for a much needed point for A5. Other than looking at a 5-point deficit, they close to within 3. Now it's Gracie Rose back to serve. Powers one towards the back row. A little bit out of system was A5, played over by Spacek. Chestnut got some high hands, but Dynasty continues to play on, and then the swing went into the net. Misa Pica unable to play it over. That's back-to-back points for A5, and they close within 2. Gracie Rose set for her second serve. She's sending one deep and towards that back row. Misa Pica from a tough angle able to play it over around the sticks. And that one's down for another A5 point. So they've run off now 3 in a row for a nice run to close within 1. And it continues to have Gracie Rose back serving for A5. She has some power certainly on those serves. Dynasty trying to get some hands. Played up by Wiley. Wiley will poke one up and over, but now Dynasty has a chance to be in rhythm and a chance for a swing that'll be down and a kill for Spacek. That ends a 3-0 run by A5, and Dynasty back up 2 here in this first set. And Mackenzie Miller, middle hitter, 2025 product out of Liberty North High School, serving for Dynasty. Chance for a big swing here, played over by Chestnut. Kind of a fling from Misa Pica, and it stays alive. So Chestnut with a standing effort will hit one out. A5 was celebrating. They thought they had the point, but our up official gives it to Dynasty. And Mackenzie Miller serving again. That one rolled up the hands, but played by A5, and a swing by Wiley goes right into the net. So a little bit of momentum right back to the Dynasty squad, up 12-8 here in our first. And a timeout on the courts. This has been a tremendous event over the years. Moved to Kansas City back in 2019, and in fact this year 633 teams are competing. And the number of college coaches in excess of 700 in the 750 range. 82 courts have been utilized, 73 in this convention center. A couple of other facilities used, one in Olathe, Kansas. But this has become a premier event over the President's Day weekend, wrapping up today. And again, in the 14U championship, it's Team Dynasty out of Kansas City, Kansas at A5, and it's Dynasty with a 12-8 lead here in our first. Mackenzie Miller on a bit of a run. Back serving for Dynasty, left to right here in set number 1, and she sends one right into the net. So a service there at a free point for A5. Bryn Chestnut started this match of this set by serving. She's back again. Team Dynasty a little bit out of whack, unable to play it over on the second hit, so Chestnut with the service point. And A5 back within 2. Dynasty able to get a good swing here. And it is put down by Spacek. She was able to come running to the right pin, hammer one to the floor for a Dynasty point and a 3-point advantage. So a 13-10 lead for Dynasty here in set number 1. Emma Christian back to serve for her second rotation. 2025 product is Christian. And the swing from Wiley got some hands. And there was some power as well from Misa Pika. Listed at just 5'6", able to hang a bit in the air and get a good clean swing for the 14th point for Dynasty in a 2-0 run. So Christian serving again. Coming from the far swing was Agoldi. Sent up by Cornier. Agoldi a bit of a standing swing, but able to play it over. And that one by Abigail Mullen, the outside hitter, results in a Dynasty point and a 3-0 run. This was a Dynasty team that had to win their third set of the semifinals, 15-11, to advance to the championship. Christian serve played over. Wiley from the middle tried to send one down, but a good job by Dynasty to keep it up. Misa Pika able to send it over on 3, and Wiley with another swing. Dynasty able to keep it alive. The rally continues. Misa Pika, another big swing from the left pin. And now Agoldi will try and power one over. Sent back on one by Cisneros. So this has been the best rally so far. And there was a net violation, I believe, on Nelson of A5 at a point to Dynasty. So a shame that long rally ended in that manner with an infraction. And now it's the biggest lead for Dynasty here in set 1. But a service error by Christian provides the end of the 5-0 run and a much needed point for A5. So now back to serve is Logan Wiley. Still time for A5 to make a run. That service error may have contributed to a chance for them to get back on track. Played up by Christian. And the swing was put down as well by Dynasty. So from that right pin, they have been dangerous. Once they get in system, able to get a clean swing, and now a 6-point lead again. Equaling their largest here in set 1, Claire Jones at a Blue Valley High School serving for Dynasty. Somehow that was sent over by Cedarburg. Cisneros had one played up by Cornier. This one's near the net of a bit of a joust. That was poked over by Piper Newton, able to keep it alive. So another good rally here, and a chance for Cisneros on a swing. Kept alive and set by Nelson. A bump set by McAleer, poked over. And another fun rally, nearly put right down by the middle blocker, Hood. We play on here in this lengthy point. And a swing from Wiley. Nice dig by McAleer. And the kill goes to Dynasty out of all that. believe there was a whistle, and in fact, Coach Levi Gibson debating with our down official. So the conversation will continue. So that was all for naught during that lengthy sequence. Blocked at the net by Grace Golding. One of the few times able to deny that right hitter for Dynasty. And that one goes down to the floor in the 12th point for A5. And now back to serve is Isa Boyd, the setter. Serving for A5, down 5 here in our first set. 14U championship, part of the Triple Crown Volleyball NIT here in downtown Kansas City at the Convention Center. That one sent backwards. We've seen some good swings by Carly Cisneros. Landed out of bounds to the point for Dynasty. So Ryan McAleer, defensive specialist, serving towards A5. Played up, but unable to play it over. Good effort by Gracie Rose to try and play it out of the net. The back-to-back points for Dynasty, and now they extend their lead to 7. Their largest of set 1 and another timeout on the courts. First to 25 must win by 2 in the best of 3 set scenario here for this championship match. And again, this Dynasty Black team, a winner a year ago in the 13 Elite, part of the 2019 champions. In fact, there were some local teams in the 12s. Nebraska Premier was the winner in 13s a year ago here in Kansas City, Dynasty Black. 14 was Texas Advantage, 15 Elite, that Nebraska Premier program again. T Street out of California won the 16s. Top Select representing Florida won the 17s. And Legacy out of Michigan took home the 18U championship. This the first of our 3 telecasts here today. And Claire Jones serving again. Played by a Golding. A chance for Gracie Rose to get a swing, and it's up and down. It went off the hands of Miller, providing the ladies from Atlanta a point, and that cuts into what was a 7-point deficit. Grace Golding serving towards Dynasty. Powerful serve that'll force Dynasty to be out of rhythm. Have to play it up and over. Here's Chestnut with a swing. Set one long, out of bounds. And the 20th point for Dynasty. So closing in on what would be a set 1 win. And now it's Ava Martin out of Bishop McGee or St. James Academy out of the 2024 class. Gracie Jones from the middle, able to power one straight to the floor. So A5 not going away, and Gabby Cornier, 5'3" libero, set to serve. It's been a game of some 4-0, 5-0 runs for Dynasty, trying to make one right here. Played right into the net by Spacek, and that's back-to-back points for A5. A5 had to win their 3rd set against the team from Puerto Rico, the Capitanes, to advance from the semis to this championship. That one was poked over, but it went outside the antenna. Spacek tried to send it around, but unable to do so. 3 straight points now for A5, and Cornier serving again. Team Dynasty trying to end this streak. Good dig by Boyd. Just poked up and over by Cornier. Rose able to get a hand on it to keep it alive. Now Chestnut tried to send it over and went right into the net. So an attack here ends the 3-0 run, and now back serving again for Dynasty is Carly Cisneros. We've seen her from that left pin. Coach Gibson is trying to get his team through this first set. And that was long by 6 or 7 feet, so a service error and a free point. And now Gracie Rose, outside hitter, serving again for A5. She has some powerful swings on some serves earlier and does it again, this time handled by Dynasty. Back in the front row is Misa Pika. And she's been at that left pin causing some problems for A5, and now Team Dynasty 3 away from winning our first. Mackenzie Miller, middle hitter, also serving now for Dynasty. A chance for a swing from Wiley, handled by Dynasty. A chance from that right pin. Played up by Chestnut from the middle, poked over by Wiley. Back comes Dynasty. A block at the net. Another swing, this time from the right swing, or the right pin. It's a miscommunication. Miller and Newton collided after what was shaping up to be a lengthy rally. And it's back to a 4-point set one. Bryn Chestnut started this set by serving for A5. She's back for the third time now, behind the line serving again. See if Dynasty can get a good swing. Loading up was Misa Pika. Just 5'6", but she was able to get that in system in rhythm and hammer one to the floor for the 23rd point. So Dynasty closing in, Emma Christian serving. A5 needs a good swing. Wiley had it but not put down. Dynasty trying to keep it alive, and somehow that was sent over inside the antenna. Here's a goalie. Tried to get one down. Was she in the net? She was. She made contact with the net. So a point for Dynasty. It is set point for the ladies from Kansas City, Kansas. And Emma Christian serving again. A5 needs a point. Wiley from the middle plays it over. Set up by McAleer. The joust ends up in the back row. Saved by Chestnut. And out of that, a goalie gets the kill and a point at set point. Looked like for a split second that might just about do it for Dynasty, but A5 was able to keep it alive. So Wiley, the middle blocker, back serving again. A5 looking to terminate. Got some hands, it'll drop to the floor, and the kill goes to Dynasty, and they will take set one, 25-20, in our 14U championship for the 2020 Triple Crown Volleyball NIT. Team Dynasty had a handful of runs in that first set to win it 25-20. They were able to run off the final 3 points. They had a 4-0 run right in the middle when it was a 12-10 set, able to get the win, and now it's do or die for A5 as we switch sides here from the Convention Center on one of the main courts in downtown Kansas City. 16U's will be the finale today, our 18U championship match coming up next. In fact, in our 18 Elite, we're going to have Legacy and A5 Mizuno, so that'll be coming up next. Team Dynasty ready to get this one underway, as is A5, and set 2 just about ready to begin. We've seen Emma Christian serving with good success for Dynasty. She will begin our second set, sending one over to the ladies from Atlanta in A5. Off and rolling in set 2. And a swing from the far side by Rose, and either it didn't make it over the net or it was blocked by Mullen. And a good beginning for Dynasty, and Emma Christian trying to get on a run early here in our second set. Sent towards the back row, played up nicely. And a swing from the right pin by a goalie, somehow kept alive briefly by Christian, but the point goes to A5. First up to serve for A5 will be Grace Agoldi. Able to get that running start. Power one that'll be out and long by about 4 feet on the service error. So Claire Jones out of Blue Valley High School, serving for Dynasty. And the ace as that one is lofted out of bounds. And a 3-1 lead for Dynasty. And another serve opportunity for Claire Jones. Kind of fun to see the fans assembled around the perimeter of this court watching this 14U championship match. Jones tried to play one over and did. The swing for Cisneros, she's had some good ones. Needing an answer for A5 is Mia Hood from the middle to put one down for the kill on the point. It'll send Gabby Cornier back to serve. The libero, the defensive specialist. Set up by Christian. And the big swing by Abigail Mullen results in a kill. A5 led 1-0 in our first set, and then Dynasty played from ahead pretty much the remainder. Dynasty has never trailed here in our second set. McAleer will provide a free point on a service error. So a chance now for A5 to make a run with Gracie Rose, an outside hitter serving, and she's had some tremendously strong serves. Going back to that first set towards the back row, forcing Dynasty to react and try and play the power. And the ace right off the hands of Claire Jones. So for A5, a chance to take their first lead since it was 1-0 in set 1, and back-to-back aces. So Gracie Rose with the strong serves resulting in balls ending up splattered around the Convention Center. That one was handled by McAleer. Pushed over by Mullen, and Dynasty ends the run. And the lead for A5 was a brief one as we're now tied at 5. So they got Rose off the service line, and now back to Zava Martin. A 2024 product in this 14U championship. Martin the setter. That one barely floated over. Played over on one by A5. And a swing from the pin or a push by Spacek. Finds some real estate and a point. So a second serve opportunity for Ava Martin, now serving with her team leading 6-5 in set 2 after winning set 1. An A5 at a system. Sent over by Wiley. And a chance for a swing from Dynasty, and down by Cisneros, and she's had some strong, powerful kills, working the pins nicely, and Dynasty has run off 3 straight here in our second set. And Martin continues to serve for Dynasty. A little better in-system swing here, at least I thought so, until Wiley had to reach back. Not quite a joust at the net, poked over by Cisneros. Now Chestnut off her back foot. Is that a pancake by McAleer? It was not. You could almost hear the audible sound of that ball hitting more the court than the hand. Coach Gibson asking a question or two from our down official, but the point goes to A5, and it's back to a 1-point lead for Dynasty with A5 serving and Bryn Chestnut. Whenever the ball ends up in the hands of Cisneros, good things have happened. She wants another chance at another swing, and she'll get it, she'll kill it. Cisneros, the 5'10" outside hitter from Liberty North High School, back to serve with her team up 2. A5 at a 5-4 lead on the strong serving of Gracie Jones, and now Dynasty with the swing. And the serve, trying to maintain a mini run. Good block at the net. Wiley and Nelson able to send one back from Misa Pika. And it's a 1-point set 2 with Logan Wiley serving. That was a tough play right on the line. Sent up and over by Claire Jones. But now a goalie with a swing, and she's finds some real estate in the back corner with a little bit to spare. And we're tied at 8 now in set 2. 2020 TC Volleyball NIT. This is the 14U championship, the first of 3 televised today. Logan Wiley with the ace off the hands of McAleer at A5 with its second lead of this set. Feels like the serving's been much stronger for A5 in set 2, and there have been several that Dynasty's been unable to handle. Handled right on the line again. Misa Pika gets the running start and the swing, and it was saved. What an effort. A5 able to keep it alive, and then Misa Pika hammers one right into the net. What a great job by A5. It was even hard to see if that was Nelson who made that save going into the seats. This is the biggest lead A5 has enjoyed at any point today through a set and a half at 10-8. Wiley's been utilizing the line. This time she goes right into the middle. Misa Pika went up and over the block. Well done with the tip. She'd been blocked before, so that time able to loft one up and down. And it'll send Mackenzie Miller back to serve for Dynasty. Trailing by 1 here in the second set. Dynasty, if they win this set, will take home the championship. Played over on 1. Bump set by Miller. Misa Pika went around the block with a strong swing, but handled by A5. The swing from a goalie is down. Chestnut has to try and send it over and hammered it into the net. We were tied at 8, now tied at 10. And Mackenzie Miller serving again, and this time doesn't even give that one a chance. Not close. A5 able to regain the lead on the service there, and they lead 11-10. The serve and the serve receives have maybe been a little bit in the favor of A5 as they lost the first one 25-20. Sending that one over was Boyd. Pretty good skim shot over the net by Spacek, able to play it in play. The block was sent up by Misa Pika. And there's Spacek. So Spacek and Cisneros and Misa Pika have provided some strong swings for Dynasty, and we're tied again, tied for the third time here in the last few minutes alone. So Emma Christian will serve for Dynasty at a match that Dynasty leads in a set that is tied here in set 2. That one barely cleared the net, but a chance for A5 to play it back over. Gracie Jones with a swing. The dig by McAleer. The bump set, Misa Pika with the swing around the block. Well, she's done that a couple of times, and that one went off the hands of Dynasty, resulting in a 5 point. Mullen unable to play it. A5 back in front by 1. Grace Agoli serving at the 12-11 mark, and that one long and wide and not close. We were tied at 10, tied at 11, and now tied at 12 here in set 2, and it gives Claire Jones a chance to serve. A5 hoping they have a run left in them to force a third and deciding set. Chestnuts had some strong swings. Sent up. Swing from Cisneros results in a point, and she continues to have a strong match for Team Dynasty. So Dynasty's regained the lead, and Jones continues to serve for the ladies from Kansas City. A5 needs a good effort. Played over by Jones. Off the hand of Cisneros. Christian with the set. The swing from Cisneros sent back. Saved by McAleer. And then Cisneros found the net, and we're tied again. So this continues to be a set with very little separation as Gabby Cornier will serve. And a swing from the right pin sent back. Mullen unable to defeat the block. Cisneros will take her chance and put one down. Back in front is Dynasty. And Ryan McAleer, 2024 product, serving towards A5. So Kansas and Georgia, the states represented here in this 14U game. Did that find the mark? No, it was long and out of bounds. I do believe this is the biggest lead Dynasty has enjoyed at any point here in our second set, and a chance to enlarge it. A5 from the middle. Well, somehow Dynasty was able to keep that alive and sit over by Christian. Tap towards the back. And the point awarded to A5. Out of that, after the whistle. Coach Gibson asking for a clarification. Not sure if that was a double or maybe a back row attack. Regardless, the point went to A5, and that was an easy kill for Chestnut, able to send one straight down. So Dynasty able to get that 2-point lead, and A5 has quickly answered with 2 in a row to tie things up, and serving is Gracie Jones, and she has been a lot to handle for Dynasty. Trying to get her off that service line, and they will on the swing and the kill from Cisneros. So Jones will exit after her serves. Ava Martin will get her opportunity behind the line for Dynasty. Another 2024 product. This 14U game. Coming off the curl was Wiley. Getting some hands on the swing was Cisneros. Kept alive, and now Chestnut goes up off the antenna. And the point to Dynasty gives them a 2-point lead. And it continues the service run for Ava Martin. Again, Dynasty wins the second set. They will take home the 14U championship. Pretty good crowd, as you can see. They've assembled all around the perimeter of this court here at the Convention Center. Chestnut had to send one over, and somehow it results in a point. Completely out of system, but A5 got the point. It's 17-16. Serving is Chestnut. getting a running start to hammer one down is Cisneros. What a match Claire Cisneros has had. And not only that, but she gets to go behind the service line and see if she can go on a run with her team up 2, getting towards the later portions of set 2. And there's a timeout by Coach Levi Gibson. This team part of the 13 elite champions a year ago, trying to take home the 14U championship again this season here in Kansas City. 633 teams competing in all over the course of 82 courts, 73 right here in the convention center. And this entire event started back on Friday with the college camp. 54 college coaching staffs were represented. Everything from Power 5 through the smaller high academic programs. 90-minute sessions broken down by position. Able to work with the college coaches, so that got everything started. And we've moved on to Monday, championship day. So, Cisneros serving again. Tough one to handle. Chance for a Goldie to power one back, but it was wide. No. Apparently it got some hands. And it did. So instead of a 3-point lead, it's back to a 1-point match. The big swing for A5 as Logan Wiley tries to win this point to even things up. So Wiley, the middle blocker, serving towards Dynasty. Her team trailing by a point. Misapika with a running start. Put one down. Was it wide? It was. Unable to keep it in play. And we are tied at 18. The first time we have been tied since 15 apiece. And another serve try for Wiley. Played over on one. A goalie tapped it up off the block. And Dynasty had too many bodies in the wrong place at the wrong time. And the point to A5. And a timeout called by Dynasty. Dynasty had a 17-15 lead. They thought they had won the point on a long swing, only to see some high hands called, and that flipped it. So since that point, A5 has won 4 of the last 5. They've taken a 19-18 lead here in set 2. Set 1 went to Dynasty 25-20. In a set where they only trailed one time, and that was 1-0. So Logan Wiley has started what she hopes will be a lengthy run behind the line. Swing from Misapika, kept alive after a block attempt, and it went off the hands of McAleer, and that is 4 straight points by A5. So Logan Wiley continues to rack up the points. Kept alive briefly, set up by a goalie and played over by Wiley. Misapika wasn't able to get the kill. Played backwards by Wiley. Fun rally going here. Big point. Misapika trying to defeat the block, and she will found some real estate. Mackenzie Miller serving with her team down 1 in set 2. And it will drop on the A5 side for a Dynasty point. We are tied again. Tied at 18, now tied at 20. Miller continues to serve, a chance to put her team up. Big point here, you get the feeling. And so we get towards the end of set 2. Dug by Cisneros. Misapika goes around the block again, and once she gets that running start, She's dangerous, and Dynasty back up a point. And it continues the run by Mackenzie Miller once Dynasty was finally able to end the serving run from Logan Wiley. Big swing by a goalie. And unable to send it over was Spacek. Tried to get that running poke shot and send it into the tape. So tied again. Isa Boyd, the setter, serving back towards Dynasty. Here comes the swing from the right pin by Spacek. A goalie has a chance. Dug by Cisneros. Misa Pika had her footwork a little bit out of rhythm. Kept alive. A goalie tries to play it over. Great dig by Cisneros. Misa Pika has to contend with the table. And she took a swing right into the fans and table and unable to get it over. A5 up a point. There was a timeout called before the serve by Dynasty, just as that ball was in the air, it seemed like. So timeout with A5 in front. 22-21 after Dynasty won the first set. So they're trying to finish this off and not force a winner-take-all set 3. Our 18s are up next. It'll start a little bit later than the noon scheduled time, but it'll be Legacy and A5 Mizuno. Dynasty called a timeout after A5 has won back-to-back points to regain the lead. Boyd will continue to serve. For A5, trying to continue this mini run. Misa Pika had it blocked backwards, but out of bounds. Tied at 20, tied at 21, and now tied at 22. Emma Christian back serving for the Dynasty team. Swing from the middle by a goalie, got some hands. Misa Pika waits for the set and again hammers one to the floor at all of 5-6. She's been dynamite with her swings. And now a timeout called by A5 as they find themselves on the verge of being eliminated, and Dynasty so close to winning this second set and the championship. Watching again our 2020 Triple Crown Volleyball NIT, the final day of this lengthy event from the Convention Center here in downtown Kansas City. 73 courts inside this facility of the 82 used over the course of this week. Triple Crown bringing together the strongest club volleyball programs to compete regardless of sanctioning bodies. This Triple Crown NIT, a chance to see how superior teams stack up against each other. Best can play the best early. Try and get into this championship bracket. Here we go. After the timeout, a goalie able to kill from the middle. Get the termination, and we're tied again. Now serving is the goalie. Barely handled. Getting some hands with Misa Pika. That'll drop, and a kill from Bryn Chestnut. Set point for A5. A goalie serve is handled. Dynasty needs a point, and they'll get it on the kill from Abigail Mullen. Tied again. Nella Misapika. Been dangerous from her hitter position. Now back serving for Dynasty. Was that one long? It was. Boy, that's a costly service mistake. Did put it back at set point for A5. And it gives Gabby Cornier a chance to win it. Swing by Cisneros was handled. Bryn Chestnut will put one down, and we're going to play to a third set. 26-24, A5 with the win. We'll step out and come back for a deciding set 3 from Kansas City in a moment. Big win in set 2 for A5 to force a third set. Winning 26-24 after Dynasty claimed the first one 25-20. So on we go to set 3. Atlanta and Kansas City represented. 14U 2020 Triple Crown Volleyball NIT Championship match. So a good crowd has circled the perimeter of this court here in the Convention Center. Saw a pretty strong finish to that second set to force this third set. With Legacy and A5 Mizuno waiting in our 18 Elite Championship. Coming up about 15 minutes or so after the conclusion of this one. And A5 is ready to serve to begin our third and final set with Boyd. And off and rolling we are in our third set. Back row swing from Mullen. Jones unable to get the kill. Misapika sent one into the net. So the first point goes to A5. And now Boyd has a pretty good run between the end of the second set, the beginning of our third. Misapika up and over the block and down for the kill. And Emma Christian serving again through the rotation for Dynasty. That one's saved from going into the seats by a goalie. Played over by Chestnut. Misapika again went right through the block. My goodness, at times she's been able to go up and over and around. Good vision during her leaps. First point went to A5 in our third set. The last two have gone to Dynasty, and it's Christian serving again. Service error Ties things up at 2. Serve from a goalie. Has Dynasty at a rhythm. Played up by a goalie again from the back row. Cisneros kept it alive. Misapika through the block again. Very little separation in our second set, and we're trending towards a very similar set 3. So Claire Jones serving with her team leading by a point in this third and final set. Played a 15, must win by 2, nearly an ace. Set over by Chestnut. And off some hands and a kill for Abigail Mullen. Not wasting any time, Jones serving again. Keeping it out of the net was Boyd. Bump set for Cisneros. And the point goes to a 5 and a big one. I think briefly Dynasty thought they had that point, instead it went to a 5, and it's a 1-point set in our third and final. Cornier serving. And up and off the hands and out of bounds for a Dynasty point. So the libero, Ryan McAleer, out of Blue Valley High School, serving back to a 5. Chestnut had it over and down. She's able to defeat the block and get the point. Here's Gracie Rose, and she had a tremendous run in that second set. She may have been the difference for a 5, what she was able to do with her strong, long serves in that second set. This one handled a little bit better. See if Cisneros can get the kill. This one's going to end up near our monitor. And unable to save. So we are tied at 5. Back-to-back points for A5. Mullen. And that one sent right back down. The middle blocker, Wiley, got a hand on it. Wiley again was stuffed, but kept alive and played over by Chestnut. Fun rally going here. Dug nicely by Cornier. One more swing, you would think, from Cisneros, and it results in a kill on a Dynasty 1-point lead. First to 15 must win by 2 here in this third and final. It's Ava Martin, ready to send one over. Neither one of these teams have been able to get any extended runs either through set 2 or this third set as well. Back and forth, a lot of side outs. The middle blocker able to put one down, Logan Wiley. Well, she's dangerous when she gets that set in that spot, even at 6. Here's Bryn Chestnut. That one clipped the tape. A5 celebrates, but the point goes to Dynasty. It's one of those moments where both teams celebrate for a split second until they see the up official pointing in the direction of Dynasty. Claire Cisneros. Strong serve, played nicely and up. A goalie tried to send it over, and somehow A5 kept it alive when it looked like it was down. Misapika, did she get it in? Yes, she did, finding just enough real estate in the back corner. 8-6 our score. Dynasty with the lead, and there's a timeout as we switch sides before we finish off set 3. Again, our first set went to Dynasty 25-20, where they trailed only once, and it was 1-0. Set 2, A5 pulled away late and ended up winning 26-24. And the largest lead either team has had has been 2. Dynasty led 4-2 and now lead 8-6. And Cisneros continues to serve. Big point, you would think, for A5, and Misa Pika able just to send one down. A5 wants another timeout after we switched. So a 3-0 run, the longest run we've had in this third set, results in a timeout as we get a little bit closer to Dynasty, eking towards that 15-point plateau. 18s to follow on this court. Legacy and A5 Mizuno. Wait a little bit longer to decide who will be competing in our 16U championship, which was scheduled for 1, and that will be optimistic, I would think. We started with 633 teams over the different brackets. We're down to 2 in 14 elites. Claire Cisneros is on a bit of a run for Dynasty. 3 straight points. And now a 3-point lead. Handled by Chestnut. The goalie will send it over. Misa Pika had one blocked backwards. A block at the net by Wiley and Nelson. And a big point for A5. They did not want to see that deficit grow to 4. It also gets Logan Wiley serving. Both Wiley and Rose have had great success with some strong serves. Misa Pika played it up. Somehow that dropped right in the middle of the court for Dynasty's 10th point and a 3-point lead. So Mackenzie Miller moved behind the service line, and she'll be replaced by Kate Reese. I believe it's the first time we've seen Reese. 2024 product out of Shawnee Mission. A5 again in that spot where they need a point, need to win this run. Hit some hands, nearly dropped, and will drop. And A5 wants another timeout. Spend them if you've got them. Down 4 here in our third set. A5 scored the first point here in set 3. They had a 4-3 lead, a 5-4 advantage. But since we have been tied at 6, it's pretty much belonged to Dynasty as they've run out to an 11-7 advantage. And this Dynasty team, after winning the 13 elites a year ago, with a strong core returning, trying to win the 14th. Kate Reese entered a serve. She got the point. It continues after this timeout. From the side is her goalie. Kept alive by Dynasty. Misa Pika had one sent back, and the block works. Hood and Nelson able to drop it back down. Every point for A5 big unless they can cut into this deficit. And Isa Boyd set to serve. Floated one over. Misa Pika poked one over the block and drops for the 12th point. Well, she has such tremendous vision. Times she's gone around the block attempts, she's gone over, or even tips that have gone around. It's Emma Christian back, serving for Dynasty, closing in on a win. A5 needs a run. That'll be the beginning. So it's a 12-9 lead for Dynasty with A5 serving and Grace Agolin. Down 3 serving to Dynasty. That one up in the rafters. Misa Pika again tried to go up and over. My goodness, that's the vision I was talking about. Able to find some real estate in the center of the floor. (13-9) Dynasty. Claire Jones serving. Nearly some miscommunication by A5. Sent over by Gracie Rose, and all of a sudden we are at match point for Dynasty. Claire Jones trying to win it. The Chestnut went up, played alive, kept alive. Cisneros dug by Chestnut. Chestnut wants another swing. It was sent down, and Dynasty will win the 14 Elites. The 13-year-olds won it a year ago, and Dynasty able to win by taking set 3, 14-9 over A5. What a run for the ladies out of Kansas City, Kansas. Had a little problem in set 1. Set 2 belonged to A5 as they won it 26-24. And it was a 15-9 win in set 3. So that was quite a way to begin the first of 3 telecasts today. Part of the 2020 Triple Crown Volleyball NIT. On the court soon will be the 18Us. Legacy and A5 Mizuno will step aside for now from the Convention Center in downtown KCMO.